The Ocean's Call. Dr. Emma Johansen had been studying the Upsweep for years, long enough that the sound felt almost familiar to her. It was one of the ocean's great unsolved puzzles, first recorded by NOAA's hydrophones back in 1991. NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, kept a constant ear on the Pacific, listening for seismic rumbles, whale song, volcanic murmurs, and anything else the deep decided to produce. The Upsweep didn't fit any category. It was a huge rising acoustic signature, loud enough to echo across entire ocean basins. Each burst lasted tens of seconds, appearing in seasonal waves, most often in spring and autumn. It wasn't biological, it wasn't mechanical, it wasn't volcanic. It simply existed, a repeated mystery that resisted explanation for more than 3 decades. When Emma received new grant funding to expand her research, she didn't hesitate. More equipment, more time at sea, more data. Another season's fieldwork on a phenomenon that became part of the background noise of ocean science. The Oceanic sailed out in early May, carrying hydrophone arrays, tethered sensors and drifting buoys. For several days, Emma and the crew deployed equipment across a wide stretch of open water, listening, recording, cataloguing. The Upsweep behaved exactly as expected, rising, fading, rising again, steady and predictable in its strange way. Their readings gradually triangulated a rough epicenter, nothing precise, just a region where the signal seemed strongest. The vessel drifted with the currents, moving deeper into the Pacific until, almost without noticing, they reached Point Nemo, the oceanic pole of inaccessibility, the furthest point from land in every direction. It wasn't unusual for research vessels to pass near it. Emma barely registered the coordinates. The ocean was calm, the sky was clear. The Upsweep murmured through the hydrophones in its familiar enigmatic rhythm. Inside the cabin, the radio played quietly, a soft thread of normality. A presenter read headlines in a relaxed tone. And in lighter news, astronomers are keeping an eye on ultra-rare celestial convergence, the kind of deep sky alignment that hasn't happened in millions of years. Emma didn't pay it much attention. She was focused on the waveform scrolling across her monitor, the same rise she'd seen thousands of times before. Everything was normal, everything was routine, until the moment the Upsweep stopped. Not faded, not decayed, just cut mid-rise. The machines fell quiet, and for a moment the Pacific lay strangely becalmed. The cabin fell silent, the ocean outside held still, unnaturally still, as if waiting. Emma stared at the monitor. The line was flat. She checked the hydrophones, checked the buoys, checked the tethered sensors. All silent. The ocean began to rise, not in waves, in displacement, lifting the vessel as though the entire Pacific was swelling from below. Depth readings spiked. Pressure alarms screamed. The horizon tilted. Something was coming up. The water bulged, heaving upward in a slow, massive swell. And then the surface broke. A vast figure rose through the dark water, its skin shimmering in green shades that rippled like living auroras. The surface bristled with shifting colour, partially translucent, matter still deciding what shape to take, solidifying in slow pulses. Ocean cascaded off its rising body in sheets, obscuring it, revealing it, obscuring it again. Humanoid, but only in the way a mountain might resemble a face if you stare too long. Through the wash, there was the suggestion of tentacles, maybe wings, drifting like extensions of its own shadow, not fully formed, not fully separate. It rose higher, higher, higher. The Oceanic was nothing beside it, a speck caught in the wake of a continent lifting itself from sleep. Emma stared at the impossible shape, unable to speak. She didn't understand it. She couldn't. But in the last instant, as the creature towered above them, shimmering, solidifying, the pattern clicked. The waveform, the rise, the decay, the impossible duration. A final thought formed in her mind, quiet and horrified. The Upsweep had been the stertor, the slow snoring breath of a vast leviathan that slept in the ocean's depths. And now it had awoken. The ocean fell. The wash hit the vessel like a moving cliff. Steel snapped. Lights vanished. The world became water and noise. No final transmission. No distress call, just the Pacific closing over them as the Leviathan continued to rise.